What's good out there? We're gonna just look at some more real and scary stuff, man. That has to do with reality right now and who's running things and what's going on. So this is stuff that we need to pay attention to, and I hope everybody's doing good. I want to say free Palestine, and we need to end the siege in Gaza. And without further ado, check this out. All right. This is crazy.
I am now about to launch Gideon, America's first ever AI threat detection platform built specifically for law enforcement. It scrapes the internet 24/7 using an Israeli-grade ontology.
Yeah.
Wow, nothing sounds better than Israeli grade, but the person you just heard from is Israeli Special Ops veteran Aaron Cohen. Oh, they have special ops. That's interesting. Who plans to launch a mass monitoring of Americans through his AI-powered surveillance system.
I mean,
isn't that great? Now, he's selling this as a way of preventing mass shootings like the one that just happened in Minnesota, obviously tragic. But if I remember correctly, mass surveillance of the American people hasn't really foiled mass shooters in the past. I don't know how using Israeli technology, the Israelis who like to spy on the American people, how is using their technology to do mass surveillance of the American people a good thing? But
so because this trans mass shooting happened, now we have this ex-Mossad guy who's pushing this Intel software weapon that he's claiming is going to stop the next mass shooter, right? So if what media pre-programming and how false flags and all this stuff, all these words we're not supposed to say, how all that stuff works, you might just say that this is just playbook being carried out.
Since this is described as Israeli grade, Fox News anchors are absolutely giddy about it, even though they would probably be condemning it if, say, a country like China were the one, pitching their software to do mass surveillance on Americans on their show. Now, let's get to the rest of Cohen's speech, and then I want to hear your thoughts, Jake.
It scrapes the internet 24/7 using an Israeli-grade ontology to pull specific threat language and then routes it to local law enforcement. It's a 24/7 detective. It never sleeps.
Bro, just look at this guy when he talks. He completely reads as disingenuous and attempting to fool me into believing something.
And it's going to get us in front of these attacks.
Would it have picked up on this, do you think?
100%. I wish my program would already be up. We're not launching until next week. I've got a dozen agencies on board, Trace. I just unloaded a major Northeast agency with over 2,700 sworn. This is America's early warning system.
Okay. I have no doubt that this is going to be deployed in an effort to come down hard on any American who's critical of Israel. I think that's the number one thing that they're going to focus on here. I don't think this guy cares at all.
Wait till you read or hear the list and how pervasive and deep this scanning of our language over the internet is going to go. She reads a list that is terrifyingly scary, and here in a bit.
About Americans getting slaughtered in mass shootings. But the name of this program is Gideon. I just want to give you a few details. In an ad for Gideon's this is a screenshot from it. And so Gideon scans incoming signals across, as you can see, open web, and they list Reddit threads, public forums, blog posts, conspiracy boards, and anything that questions Israel, of course, is considered a conspiracy these days. They also go through the comment sections, other things they go through, social media, of course. If you're a gamer and you're messaging through the games that you're playing with others,
Now I know for a fact, this is going back years. I know people that have communicated over game platforms for different, basically for as an encrypted line of communication. Let's just put it that way, as a closed line. They use that as a private closed line of communication because you can even meet in chat rooms, so you can get multiple people in on the conversation and just show up and just rap to each other. So what she's talking about here will even go so far as to go into different games and catch people chatting to each other. Like, I'm pretty sure that would affect, say, people playing like GTA. So you run up onto some dude on the street, say GTA, and be like, yo, bro. Or you even grab a can of spray paint GTA and you do some like anti-Semitic graffiti, right? You might have them coming to collect your ass.
It's going to be scanned by this. And the indicator patterns they're looking for is grievance buildup, martyrdom language, hate speech plus ideology, tactical prep, target references, suicidal intent, and final post behaviors. A lot of these mass shooters will, post something about how, it's the end for them or whatever it is before they carry out their, disgusting, violent acts.
How do you feel about them being all up in all of those lines of communication, or scanning all of those things for any type of language, when they have the ability to classify anything and anyone as a terrorist, as long as basically if you go against their opinion at the moment?
Slaughter others before they take their own lives. But Cenk, do you have any faith in this mass surveillance that's being pitched to us? Israeli-grade surveillance?
Israeli-grade.
First of all, I agree with Benjamin Franklin. He said those who would give up essential liberty to purchase little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. And by the way, they won't get either. And instead what they'll get is Big Brother. So I'm thinking of buying a "Don't Tread on Me" flag. And I probably could get it cheap off of a right-winger these days, because they're like, oh yeah, tread on us. Yeah, military in the streets, I love it.
This is so key. This is so key. Do you understand, everybody out there that's caught in the right-left paradigm, what he's talking about? He's talking about how easily all of you are yanked around by like a dog on a leash, taught to pay attention to an issue at one second, at one moment. The same issue 18 months, 2 years later, from another perspective, you pay no attention to. And this happens over and over from both sides. Like, this is a no-win game, guys. Why can't you see that you're being manipulated? No matter what side of the political spectrum you're on, we should all be against any violations of our constitutional rights. So the fact that we're sitting here as Republicans and allowing our federal government to come in and just trample states' rights like this is ridiculous. This is like, for sure, founding fathers are turning in their graves.
Mass surveillance from Israel on American citizens. I love it. Please, please. So here, I'll give you $1. You give me your "Don't Tread on Me" flag, okay?
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not using it anymore.
You don't even know what it
so
means.
now, to be fair, some of the Trump supporters are not in.
His point is so well taken, and I want to pound it home in case you guys don't get it. If you were Republican and Trump enough to be waving one of these "Don't Tread on Me" flags at any point in our past, you should be completely outraged at everything that our government is doing on a domestic front right now. The complete just violation of states' rights that has become the policy of the federal government at this point. And it's coming down to mean the violation of our individual rights as they go around and collect people off the streets while they're masked. They don't have any identification saying who they work for, who they are, and they can arrest anybody at any moment for anything.
Favor of getting surveilled by anyone, let alone our government or Israeli government. So the fact that he said it's Israeli grade is a code, not for the viewers. The viewers aren't like, oh great, we're going to have something like the Israelis had in when they gave people technology like pagers and said, don't worry, trust this, and then they blew them up and killed them with their kids. That's so great. I can't wait for that to come here, right? But in DC, they do think that. They're like, oh yes, Israeli grade. This way we could do what they did in Gaza here. Oh, right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Gaza is a bit of a test run. And I don't mean for Israel and Israeli control. I mean for the powerful in this world overall against the powerless. What can we do? What can we get away with?
I forgot that was even
How can we control them? Can we control them completely? And then have the whole world go, yes, sir. Slaughter anyone you like, sir. Surveil anyone you like, sir. We won't object. We won't object. Why? Part of the reason they won't object is because they were already surveilled.
Do you have any decency? any compassion.
So no, this is an epic disaster for America.
Like, what is wrong with
well,
you, man?
in case you're hoping for some nightmares tonight, why don't we go to the next clip featuring Cohen describing Gideon in a video from this past June.
This is Palantir for the homeland, for U.S. law enforcement.
That's not good.
Giddy. What? Why? Okay, so let's talk about Palantir, okay? Because, look, let me just be clear about something.
I just want to say that I wasn't even always on the Young Turks. I got to tell you that. I would come to them from time to time. But throughout this process and throughout the Gaza war, I believe this thing in Gaza has been one of those events and one of these cultural moments that really just separates the wheat from the chaff. You know what I mean? No biblical reference intended, but this is literally big things happen and big moments happen, and during those moments you see what people are made of, and this is one of them. And the way that she has stood up for the people in Palestine and against what is wrong. This situation and the Gaza conflict has a good and a bad, a right and a wrong side. And here in America, our complicit support of their ethnic cleansing and their genocide of the Palestinian people, we are not on the good side, people. Believe me.
The people that are being surveilled, what they do instead is serve as a tool to rapidly sort through the data that their client already has access to. So anything that you post online, basically, the Palantir technology has a way to basically process it and put it in a nice little package for the government or anyone who's trying to make sense of who they're surveilling, right?
Important stuff. I'm not going to get into the connection with Palantir or how deep it goes with them. That's a whole other rabbit hole, and I'll let this one ride for now, especially because I got to get these videos out and go edit these, go smoke a cigarette, move on my day. So listen, hope everybody's good out there. Hope you learned something. I'll have links in the description, and look at the links to my Substack for the articles I've been writing. Been working hard on those, and I would love you guys' support. Subscriptions are free on Substack. And there goes my blanket, almost falling off the balcony again. So happy Sunday in there. Can we free Palestine, please? Can we do that, please? That would be friggin' amazing if we could do that. So until next time, love you guys. Peace.